Hey Team Alvarez, how's it going today? It's Thursday afternoon. Um, Finished up class a little while ago. Also got a little workout in. Um, Feeling pretty good. Um, I just wanted to get at you guys today on some things that I've been saying in class, and it just depends on a good portion of you have heard me speak the last couple days. Even last week. But it just depends. Some don't come every day. Maybe miss the message or whatever, or maybe some just haven't been coming at all. So I'm just trying to get this out to you because it makes a difference. Um, trying to get a hold of everybody to get everybody on the in the same mindset, to 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 try and accomplish what I'm trying to accomplish in here, and that's trying to just bring everybody up, bring everybody's game up to the same level. And it's really hard to do because there's so many different, there's so many people in this program. Um, we got the 6 a.m. classes, 10:30. You got the night classes, and everybody comes at different times, so it's kind of hard to catch everybody. And then I also have some friends and family members that that I'm trying to bring up as well. And the reason why I'm doing that is because for me, again, this jujitsu thing is way past and beyond just the chokes, arm bars, the techniques, competition, stuff like that. It's really about, at least for me, because every jiu-jitsu program is different, every instructor is different, but for me it's kind of using my life, experiences, kind of what I'm going through, to kind of help whoever's out there that might need that help. Because there's a lot of you that are doing really good. You're taking care of the business like you're supposed to be taken care of, but then there's also a good portion of us that's in the program, um, that aren't doing what you're supposed to be doing. So if you are doing good, and then that cloud starts to come over you one day and starts to pour on you a little bit, um, maybe you can refer back to this later on. But if right now, if the sun is shining on you and everything is good, birds are chirping, then maybe not pertain to you right now, but maybe at a later date. But for those other students, for those other ones that are really kind of struggling with some things, this is, hopefully this will kind of help a little bit. For me, what I've been talking about in class lately is just, getting on your grind in a routine with everything, bringing your game up on everything, because you can be really good at something in one area of your life, but if the other areas are kind of weak, have holes in them, eventually that's going to filter on into the other stuff that you're really strong at. So you're trying to plug everything up and get everything that's weak stronger, so that, when those rainy days come and when life is pouring on you and just dumping on you, you have the heart and the grit to just kind of stick with it and not fall off track. Because I think that's what happens to a lot of people. When you're not in a strong routine, if you're not around positive people, if you're not listening to the right things, and to me that's probably like the biggest thing is like listening to the right things. If you're not exercising, you're not coming to class, you're not training, you're not getting rid of some of this negative energy that's happening to you in a positive way, then that stuff starts to snowball and starts to build up, and eventually, you start going backwards, and then before you know it, you're in a big hole. So lately, I've been talking about, for those that have been coming to class, I lost a good friend of mine. Kind of lost connections over the years, um, but he was still my friend, still somebody very, very important to me. Has a big impact on why I'm doing what I'm doing today. And, you know, he's gone now. And at 42 years old, man, that's young. That's really young. I'm 41. I'll be 42 in 2 months, or no, less than that, just over a month. So, um, it kind of checks you real quick, like, hey, life is short. Life is short for you to be playing around with your life, just doing stuff that you're not supposed to be doing. being lazy and just being mediocre and average and just letting days just slide by and not handling your business because you just don't know when it's that time for you going to have to check out. Uh, it always pushes me like that because, again, I don't know how much longer I'll be here to do this, to talk to you, to do jiu-jitsu, do the things that I love to do. So it forces me to just every day just get up and do the things that I'm supposed to be doing and not allow myself to, no matter what happens, fall off track. So last Friday, I was at a funeral. It was pretty tough. It was a long day, a lot of emotions back and forth. 1 minute you're laughing about the guy, next minute you're crying about the guy. Then you go and talk to somebody else. You're laughing about the guy, crying about the guy. You go talk to this person. You're laughing about the guy, crying about the guy. And it was like, man, it's tough. It was tough for me to come to class last week, and teach the classes and stuff. But I still got here, still got my workouts in, still got the runs in, still got my training sessions in. And last Saturday, I had posted on Facebook. I went and checked out Team Palm BJJ up in Saginaw where I was at. And then after that, it was my day to run. Kind of wanted to just go back to the house and just relax, but I'm like, no, man, it's the day to it's that day to do that. So I can't allow like whatever else to stop me from doing that. So then, boom, I got the run in, posted I got the run in, and I did that just because I want to show everybody, like, look, especially when you have like a death in the with a friend or family member, man, it's tough. It's really tough, and those things are hard to deal with. But you can't stop. You can't stop. And I need, there might be a time right now. It's been pretty tough. There's a lot of stuff going on that are just happening all at the same time. And you're like, man, this is it's kind of heavy, But I need to stay on track. I need to come in here and train. I need to get my workout in. I need to run on the days that I need to run. I need to keep listening to the stuff that I'm listening to. I need to keep on my routine so that I can stick to doing what I'm supposed to be doing. And I think a lot of us out there aren't doing that. You don't have a routine, you don't have something that you're doing on a day-to-day basis. You get up at a different time, you're doing this at a different time, doing that on a different day. Every week's kind of hit and miss on your workouts, your runs, maybe you're eating healthy 1 minute and you're not eating healthy on another minute. Maybe you're coming to class 1 week and you're not coming to class another week. So you're kind of like all over the place. So when things happen to you, you're just not mentally stable and strong. Your mind isn't strong enough to handle all the bad stuff that comes to you, And I think it's really important for everybody to try their best to get on a routine and stick to it. No matter how things get, you need to just do it. I mean, there's days, again, especially these last couple of weeks, man, I'm just not feeling it. But I need to do that. You guys need to see me still coming to class and still train, not just teach the classes and leave, but teach the classes and get in there and get the grind on, and see me come in and some of you guys come in the morning, you see me working out, you see me running or doing whatever. I have to do that because that's what keeps me going, because I have the routine. The motivational stuff I listen to, I was talking to another student the other day where they were listening to something where where they were listening to a podcast where the topic was motivation is garbage, and my response to that is no, it's not. It is not garbage. It's only garbage if you're just not doing it on a daily basis, if you're not sticking to it like a routine. Your healthy eating can be garbage if you're not sticking to it. Your training could be garbage if you're not coming to class every week. Your workouts would be garbage if you're not training every week when you're supposed to be. Everything is garbage if you're just not doing what you're supposed to be doing and sticking to the discipline. So, some of us, our minds are weaker and stronger than others. And it's just a matter of saying, man, life is too short to allow myself to not get things done like they're supposed to get done. I've been on the other side where I haven't been, where I wasn't doing things that I was supposed to be doing, trying to up my games on all levels. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want to go back to feeling like that. I like the way I feel. I like the way I look. I like the way, things are happening for me, except for, things that are uncontrollable. And so I need to keep doing the stuff that's that's helping me get to where I'm at, I need to keep that going. It's just like people that work out, they lose, 20, 30, 40 pounds, get so satisfied and happy, pop the champagne cork, and then all of a sudden they stop working out. They stop doing what they did, what got them there in the first place. And then what happens? They gain all the weight back. Now you got to go work just as hard, if not harder, just to get back to where you were at, and then keep going forward. So, the motivational stuff, everything that you do every single day makes a difference. The people around you make a difference. That's why I'm so hard on, some of these mat chats with you guys, because I'm trying to bring everybody's game up. Now, again, whether you're doing it, where you're taking it in and not, or doing it not, it doesn't really affect me to the point where I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing. But if you are doing it and you are bringing your level up, you're bringing your game up, then it does have a really positive effect on everybody else that's around us in the class. I want to play this real quick because it's right in line with what I'm talking about. And I was already doing this before that, but this is just when I found it this morning. It's just right on point with what I'm talking about. So I'll let you listen to this real quick.
Man, if I didn't get anything else, and I just want to preference this with this because I don't want people to get so caught up in Eric Thomas' routine that they try to mimic my routine, because that's not the trick. But Warren Buffett really taught me or elaborated on the fact that the routine is the heart. So if you look at a man or woman's success, if you want to break it down like numerator, denominator, you know what I'm saying? If you really want to break that thing down, you would be looking at their routine and how much of their routine they do daily. Because you can have a routine, but your routine may only last you Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. You know what I'm saying? Some people's routine lasts them Monday through Friday, and they kind of chill on the weekend. Right. And other people's routine is like 7 days a week. So that's the first thing. You have to have a routine. This is critical. So before we talk about Eric's routine, you have to understand that there's something that you have to do daily, because what I believe in is something called muscle memory. And so what muscle memory does is muscle memory helps you to do what you do when you don't even feel like doing what you want to do. Like when you're not even committed to doing what you want to do, muscle memory says, yo, this is our DNA. This is who we are. This is what we do. So I'm going to be real, and I know you can attest to this. I didn't feel like waking up and doing 4 miles today. But my body said to me, my body was like, yo, E, let's go. Now, my mind was like, I ain't really feeling like doing it. But my body was like, yo, E, let's go. And I felt when I first got on the treadmill, I could feel that bounce. I could feel my body like, let's get it, E. Let's see if we can set our best record today. So, number one, let's get a routine. And let's not make the routine something we do Monday, Thursday, like a class, Tuesday, Thursday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Let's do it regularly, all right? So my routine, I believe that what you put in is important. So the first 2.5 hours is really spiritual for me, all right? So the first hour, I just go walk.
So he's about to get into his daily routine. Again, everybody's routine is different. It doesn't have to be like his. It doesn't have to be like mine. But whatever, if you want to really set yourself up to build up a strong immune system to when really crappy stuff happens to you, you have to have a routine. You can't get up this day at this hour, tomorrow a different hour, this day another hour. Today you do this, tomorrow you don't do that, and then you're just all over the place. Your mind is just weak. I was telling the guys this morning, some people say, oh man, I gotta have my Cokes. I gotta have, them cheeseburgers. I gotta have, them Girl Scout cookies. Or that's just weak stuff. There's a time and a place for your little cheat meals and stuff like that. But if it's just, look at them Girl Scout cookies, I gotta get one. No, you don't. You're being weak. You're being soft. Like your mind just isn't staying true to what you said you were gonna do in the first place. You don't feel like getting up and going to work today, so you take the day off. You don't want to go to class today, so you just skip class. You don't want to go work out today, so you skip your workout. Jiu-jitsu is at this time. You're there at home. Look at the clock. Not today. I'm just going to pull the covers over my head. That's just being all weak-minded. You got that good side and that bad side, and too many people let that bad side go take over and just not get things done. You got to be stronger than that. Now, again, I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes. I'm just sharing with you what I'm doing to kind of help me get through, a lot of stuff that I'm going through. And I can be, just being honest, I haven't had this much stuff happen to me. I don't want to get into the other stuff because that's not what the video is about. But there's just a lot of other things that are happening right now, and I'm just thinking, why now? Okay, I'm already dealing with with losing a friend, but why's my dog got to die at the same time? Why is she sick and they're telling me that it's just a matter of time before she goes, and then this other thing happened, and this other thing happened, and it just piles up. And you just want to just, no, man, not today. Mm-mm. But then I can't allow myself to be like that because I'm setting a bad example, for my family, the other people around me, my students. And so it's critical that I just stay on track, and it's critical that I keep myself around other people that are doing the same thing. I got some friends that reached out to me since I went home. I haven't seen in over 20 years. And man, Danny, you look good, man. They know that I eat right. They know I exercise. They know I'm doing this and doing that. And they know I have the business and all this other stuff. And they're like, man, how can I be down? I'm like, man, if you really want to be down, man, you gotta do these other things. But for some people, like, man, it's just too much work. Man, my life is worth it. A lot of people depend on me, you know, and if they really want to, if they're serious about it, if they want to stay attached to me and they want to keep themselves around me, then they have to do those things too. Because if they don't, then I have to cut them loose, and that's a hard thing to balance because it's like, look, man, that's your family. That's a good friend. That's somebody that you grew up with. That's this, that's that. But it's like, man, if they're not trying to think like you're trying to think, if they're not trying to do what you're trying to do, they're not trying to listen to what you're trying to listen to, they're not trying to hustle and just be better. Well, man, you're not helping me, and we can't help each other. You're gonna drain everything from me, but I can't get everything off of you. That's not how this thing works. So it's important that you have a good routine. You keep to help keep your mind, your body, everything keep everything in place. So when those bad days come, you can kind of handle that stuff much better than compared to if you don't. Then you just get weak and you make excuses, and then you blame everybody else, and you blame this and you blame that, and then you just have a big pity party, and then that invites more of that from your friends and whoever else isn't doing really well, and then you guys just sit around and, whether it's a drink or whatever else, you just complain about stuff. So um, I'm pushing really hard to all you guys to just do better, and that's what I want. I want everybody that I know, and not everybody's gonna do it. Not everybody's gonna do it, but that I mean I'm not gonna try to get everybody to be better. It's draining. It takes a lot of energy to even sit down and put out this video, but and do all the stuff that I could just teach the classes, bow you out, and then boom, just wait for the next class, and then that's just the same thing every day. Some of you might just be like, man, this guy over and over and over again, but because why? Because you got to do better. You got to do better. I got a friend that just could have did better and he didn't, and now he's not here. I got somebody else that didn't do better, and they're about to not be here pretty soon. So it's just a matter of that. So I'll leave it there for today. There's other stuff I want to talk about, but we're already 19 minutes in. And for those out there that'll look at the clock and be like, "Oh man, I ain't got time for that." Fine. If you don't got time for it, cool. But for those that do, I hope you take this and apply it. Don't allow yourself and your mind to get weak, and just get stuff done every day. I was telling somebody earlier after class that the littlest things matter. If you can't do the dishes right, if you can't wash your car right, if your car's dirty, you got stuff all over the hood, you're just messy and unorganized. Well, how do you really expect to be successful on all the other stuff? Some people want to be successful in this other area, but they can't even take care of the little stuff like sweeping, mopping, vacuuming, and washing the clothes. They fold clothes all half-heartedly. Like, all that stuff makes a difference. That makes a difference, and if you're not doing that stuff right, don't expect to have the other stuff come out right for you either. So anyways, I hope this helps some of you guys, and you know, you guys mean a lot to me, so I just wanted to get that out to you. So you guys have a great day. I'll see you on the mat.